what is this whole Youth at the Threshold of Life weekend is about?
There's really a few reasons, but for them, we are here with all seriousness to refine their teaching skills so that they can create a proper classroom environment, an interactive one, to rekindle their passion for while they're working with students, and then also to give them skills to confidently handle proven material that's been used for 14 years in Hungary and throughout the world. But there's an additional reason, and that is, of course, to reach people with the gospel of Jesus Christ. On Friday night, we expose them to the need, why society and why kids have a need for this to be taught in the public school. And then through a Story of the Soul interactive coffee house tomorrow night, and after a good friend of mine, Grace Gavor, shares his testimony in the gospel, it's very clear and people come to Christ. That's why I came. God has kept His favor and grace and wisdom on this strategy and ministry for 14 years. Don't you think? I mean, it's amazing how open the doors have been. I think one of the reasons I'm here is I feel like, I always say this to people when I come over, that I feel like I'm on holy ground in Hungary, and I take my shoes off, so to speak, prepare myself specially for this harvest because it is so unique that triple doctorate educators are being educated by you and me and the other trainers, and they hear the gospel, and 71% of them say, okay, whether I'm a believer or not, and 80% of them aren't, 80% are not, and 71% of those say, I'm going to share the gospel in my classroom. That's significant. That is very significant. Change drivers of society, educators are throwing open the opportunity for the church, for us, for Campus Crusade, to go through those doors with the gospel, and I just think that's a miracle. I want to be a part of it for the rest of my life. I'm in it. You can count on me.
Well, thanks.
To help them reach students in a way that's attractive and useful and effective for them so that they can authentically, with passion and desire, continue to walk with us, evangelical Christians, and say, come into my classroom and share the gospel. I'll never forget the story of the Reformed believer who is a friend of this ministry going to a Baptist church and watching the testimony, hearing the testimony of a man who was sharing before the church how he became a Christian and how his 14-year-old daughter led him to Christ. And when this friend of ours, this Reformed believer, went up to the man and said, tell me how your daughter became a Christian, he said, a non-Christian led her to Christ. And our friend said, that's impossible. And of course, he returned and said, no, it's not. This non-Christian teacher turned on the video projector that showed the Jesus film. This girl heard the gospel through the Gospel of Luke, prayed to receive Christ by faith, put her faith in Christ, went up to the teacher and said, something happened to me while I prayed this prayer. I'm different. What should I do? And the non-Christian said, well, if Campus Crusade, if Timoteus Stashag was here, they would encourage you to, go to a church. And that's exactly what she did. And this Baptist church followed her up. And then 6 months later, she led her dad to Christ. That is a significant thing. It's about the ultimate goal, life change. Seeing people's lives change by entering into a personal relationship with Jesus Christ.